The Secrets to Personal Growth. Written and published by Sonic Tome. The path to a meaningful life isn't paved with shortcuts or sudden flashes of inspiration. It's built, piece by piece, with the sweat of persistence, the grit of resilience, and the courage to stand firm in your truth when the world urges you to conform. It's the quiet moments that test you, the hidden battles that shape you, and the daily choices that, over time, become the threads of a legacy that others will carry long after you're gone. What we leave behind is far more profound than the sum of our material possessions or achievements. It's the intangible impact we've made, the way we've touched lives and inspired others to strive for their own sense of purpose. Your legacy is the heartbeat of your journey. It's not just the story you tell yourself when you look in the mirror. It's the whispers that ripple through conversations, the silent nods of recognition from someone whose life you've unknowingly changed. The feeling someone gets when they remember the way you made them feel. This is not the work of the faint-hearted, but the testament of those who dared to step off the familiar path and forge their own way, however uncertain or demanding that may have been. To build something lasting, something that stands as a testament to your growth, is to understand that true power lies in the subtleties. It's in the way you lift others even when your own strength is low, in the moments you choose to learn instead of react, and in the values you embed into every decision you make. The stories of those who left an indelible mark on the world are not the stories of comfort and complacency. They are the chronicles of those who met failure face to face, who refused to be defeated, and who knew that the real measure of a life well lived was not in what they amassed, but in what they gave. A legacy doesn't come from seeking recognition or chasing applause. It is born from actions that align with your core and decisions that reflect your deepest beliefs. It emerges when you show up not for the sake of validation, but for the sake of a purpose that goes beyond you. It's the flicker of integrity that refuses to dim when the wind howls, the courage to plant seeds when the soil is dry, and the will to nurture growth even when you may never see it fully bloom. The true essence of building a legacy is in the pursuit of something bigger than yourself. It is the pursuit of moments that matter, choices that have meaning, and the kind of life that others look at and are moved to act. This is the challenge that calls to you, urging you to rise from the noise, cut through the distractions, and create a story that is authentically yours. It's a call to lay a foundation that will stand firm, not just today, but long into the future. Chapter 1. The Hidden Forces Shaping Your Journey. Our lives are subtly influenced by forces we often fail to recognize. These hidden forces operate beneath the surface, yet they hold the power to shape the trajectory of our existence. Imagine walking through a forest shrouded in mist. Some trees stand tall and visible, but others remain hidden until you take another step forward. In a similar way, these unseen influences emerge, guiding your thoughts, emotions, and decisions in directions you may not fully understand. One of the most profound of these forces is the environment you immerse yourself in daily. It's not just about the physical space you occupy, but also the collective energy of the people, ideas, and culture surrounding you. The conversations you engage in, the media you consume, and even the unspoken attitudes of those around you all contribute to your perspective of the world. Think of your mind as fertile soil. What seeds are being planted? Doubt or confidence, fear or hope? This subtle conditioning creates a framework through which you interpret everything. Another unseen force lies in the habits ingrained in your subconscious. These habits, often formed early in life, operate as if on autopilot, dictating how you respond to opportunities, challenges, and even moments of stillness. The power of habit isn't just in its repetition, but in its quiet authority over your decisions. Consider how you react to stress. Do you retreat, lash out, or rise above it? That reaction is no accident, but the product of years of unexamined patterns. Even the stories you tell yourself shape your journey in ways that go unnoticed. These narratives define your identity, often in ways you don't question. You might carry an internal dialogue that whispers, "I'm not good enough," or one that shouts, "I was born for greatness." Both are stories and each wields its power. These narratives aren't fixed. They are reflections of experiences, interpretations, and the meaning you've chosen to attach to them. When you start to notice the hidden script running in your mind, you gain the power to rewrite it. Another invisible force is your internal alignment, or misalignment, with your values and aspirations. Every time you stray from what feels authentic, there's an internal resistance, a tug reminding you that you're off course. This resistance is subtle but persistent. It shows up in small ways: unease, procrastination, or a nagging sense of dissatisfaction. Conversely, when your choices align with your deeper self, there's a sense of flow that energizes you. This alignment, or lack thereof, is a compass pointing you toward or away from the life you were meant to live. And then there's the influence of belief systems you've inherited, often without realizing it. These are the silent architects of your worldview, shaping what you perceive as possible or impossible. These beliefs might stem from family, society, or personal experiences. Some empower you, others confine you. The real power lies in identifying which beliefs serve your growth and which ones need to be challenged. Recognizing and shifting these deep-seated paradigms is not a matter of willpower alone, but of courage and consistent introspection. The interplay of these forces creates a dynamic, constantly shifting landscape. They are neither good nor bad. They simply are. Your role is to bring them into the light, to acknowledge their influence without judgment, and to decide whether they deserve a place in your journey. By becoming aware of these unseen forces, you begin to wield the power to direct your own path, rather than letting your life be shaped by what lies beneath the surface. Chapter 2. The Mirror That Reflects Potential. Imagine standing before a mirror that doesn't just show your reflection but reveals the depths of who you are, the strengths you've ignored, the dreams you've silenced, and the possibilities you've yet to consider. This mirror doesn't distort. It doesn't flatter or criticize. It simply reflects your raw potential, waiting to be acknowledged and acted upon. But to truly see what it reveals, you must be willing to look with both honesty and curiosity. This process begins with peeling back the layers of who you think you are. These layers are often built from the expectations of others, what society says you should achieve, what family suggests you should prioritize, what friends assume you should value. Over time, these layers become so intertwined with your identity that it's easy to forget they are external additions, not the core of your being. The challenge is to stand before this metaphorical mirror and strip away those external definitions. What remains after these layers fall away is raw and unfiltered, your unique talents, your unspoken desires, and the energy that drives you forward. These elements are often buried under distractions and self-doubt, but they are always there, waiting to emerge. Seeing them clearly requires courage because the truth of your potential can be overwhelming. It might show you that you're capable of far more than you've allowed yourself to believe. The mirror also reflects your fears, not to discourage you, but to help you confront them. Fear has a peculiar way of masquerading as practicality or comfort. It whispers that certain paths are too risky, that stepping out of line will lead to failure. When you truly look at these fears, though, they start to lose their power. You see them for what they are: shadows of past experiences, inherited doubts, or simply a natural resistance to change. Each time you confront one, the image in the mirror becomes clearer, and your potential shines brighter. Beyond fears and doubts, the mirror reveals the spark of your dreams, those ideas or ambitions you've dismissed as impractical or unattainable. It's not just about recognizing these dreams, it's about feeling their pull, the way they awaken a sense of excitement and purpose deep within you. These dreams are not random, they are deeply connected to your potential. They are clues, pointing to what you are uniquely suited to achieve in this world. Looking into the mirror also means recognizing the resources you already possess. Too often, people focus on what they lack: more time, more skills, more connections. But this mirror reminds you of your starting point. It shows the perseverance you've developed through challenges, the creativity you've used to solve problems, and the resilience that's carried you through moments of doubt. These are not just tools, they are evidence that you are already capable of growth and achievement. This reflection doesn't stop at showing you what is, it also hints at what could be. The mirror doesn't define limits, it expands possibilities. It challenges you to step beyond the roles you've assigned yourself and explore what lies outside your comfort zone. This is where potential turns into action, and action turns into transformation. It's not about a complete reinvention, but an unfolding, a gradual revelation of what has always been within you. The process of standing before this mirror isn't a one-time event. It's a practice, a habit of looking inward and questioning what you see. With each glance, the reflection evolves, revealing new aspects of your potential and reminding you of the infinite ways you can grow. Every step you take toward self-discovery is a step closer to living a life aligned with your true capabilities. Chapter 3. Breaking the Invisible Chains. Picture yourself standing on an open field, limitless and free, yet unable to move beyond an invisible boundary. You try to take a step forward, but something holds you back. There's no visible wall, no tangible rope, yet the restraint feels real. These are the invisible chains, the silent limitations that wrap around your mind, influencing your decisions, shaping your behavior, and often keeping you from reaching your full potential. The most insidious thing about these chains is their subtlety. They are not forged overnight. They are the accumulation of years of conditioning. They take root in childhood, shaped by the words of authority figures, the judgments of peers, and the cultural norms that dictate what is acceptable. Over time, these external voices become internalized until you no longer recognize them as separate from your own beliefs. Fear is one of the strongest links in these chains. It disguises itself in many forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of stepping into the unknown. It whispers doubts into your ear, making you second-guess your abilities and question your worth. But when you start to examine these fears closely, you realize that most of them are based not on reality, but on imagined outcomes. The chains grow weaker the moment you understand that fear feeds on avoidance. Facing it head-on is how you begin to dismantle it. Another link is self-doubt, the nagging voice that tells you you're not ready, not skilled enough, or not deserving. This voice thrives on comparison, drawing its strength from the illusion that others are more capable or further ahead. But the truth is, everyone fights their own invisible chains. The key is to shift your focus inward, to measure progress against your own path, not against someone else's journey. Expectations are another powerful restraint. They come from everywhere: family, society, even yourself. These expectations often push you into roles that feel confining, steering you away from what truly fulfills you. They tell you to prioritize stability over passion, conformity over authenticity. But the moment you start questioning these expectations, asking whether they align with your own desires, you begin to loosen their grip. Invisible chains are also strengthened by habits and routines that no longer serve you. These are the comfortable patterns that feel safe but keep you stagnant. They might include negative self-talk, procrastination, or clinging to environments that drain your energy. Breaking these habits requires not just willpower, but a deliberate effort to replace them with practices that uplift and empower you. Past failures often weigh heavily as well, creating a cycle of hesitation and self-protection. Each misstep becomes a link in the chain, reinforcing the idea that taking risks leads to pain. But failure is not a verdict, it's a teacher. When you shift your perspective, seeing failure as part of the process rather than a final destination, its power over you diminishes. The chains formed by past mistakes can only hold you if you let them define your future. It's also crucial to recognize the role of external influences in strengthening these chains. The media you consume, the people you surround yourself with, and the environments you frequent all have a profound impact. Negative energy, whether it's from toxic relationships or limiting narratives, can reinforce the barriers holding you back. Choosing to surround yourself with uplifting influences is not just a preference, It's an act of self-liberation. Breaking these invisible chains is not a single act, but an ongoing process. It's about building awareness, becoming conscious of the forces that shape your thoughts and actions. It's about challenging the assumptions you've accepted without question, the beliefs you've carried without examination. Every time you confront these limitations, you weaken their hold. Every time you take a step forward, no matter how small, you break a link in the chain. The freedom you seek is already within your reach. The chains that bind you are not unbreakable. They are illusions, strengthened only by the power you give them. And as you begin to dismantle them, you'll find that what lies beyond is not just freedom, but the boundless potential you were meant to realize. Chapter 4. The Power Within the Small Moments. Life isn't defined by a single grand event. It's shaped by countless small moments that often go unnoticed. These fleeting instances, seemingly ordinary and insignificant, hold immense potential to transform the trajectory of your life. The power lies not in their magnitude, but in their consistency and the intention behind them. Every morning, the choice to wake up a little earlier or stay in bed for another hour might feel inconsequential, but it plants a seed. That decision accumulates, compounding over days, weeks, and months. Each small action, repeated over time, forms the foundation of who you are becoming. These habits are not just tasks. They are reflections of your priorities and values, silently steering your life in one direction or another. Consider how a single conversation can alter your perspective. A passing remark, a piece of advice, or even a question posed by someone can spark a chain reaction of thoughts. These moments, though brief, can serve as catalysts for deeper self-reflection. It is in these interactions, often unplanned, that seeds of transformation are sown. What you do with these seeds determines whether they grow into something significant or fade into the background. The small moments are where discipline is built. It's not about achieving monumental success in a single leap, but about mastering the art of consistency. Whether it's choosing to read a single page of a book, taking a few minutes to stretch, or expressing gratitude before bed, these seemingly minor acts create ripples. Each ripple reinforces the belief that you are capable of change, and this belief fuels further growth. In the quiet stillness of the day, when there is no audience and no external validation, your true self is revealed. What you choose to do in these moments speaks volumes. Do you embrace the stillness as an opportunity for self-improvement, or do you let it slip by? These small decisions, repeated daily, shape your character and build resilience. The power of subtle changes is often underestimated. Adjusting your perspective by just a degree, shifting a thought pattern, or altering the tone of your inner dialogue can create a profound shift over time. Imagine the trajectory of an arrow. Change its angle by a fraction, and its destination shifts dramatically. The same principle applies to the choices you make in these small moments. Even the act of paying attention, to yourself, to others, to the environment, carries transformative power. Notice how you feel when you focus fully on a task, undistracted by noise or multitasking. Observe how a single moment of kindness, extended to a stranger or yourself, can brighten an entire day. Awareness turns mundane actions into opportunities for growth. The beauty of these moments is their accessibility. They don't require elaborate plans, vast resources, or perfect conditions. They are available to you every day, embedded in the rhythm of your life. A single step forward, no matter how small, creates momentum. Over time, this momentum becomes unstoppable, carrying you toward extraordinary outcomes. As you begin to recognize the power within the small moments, you unlock a deeper understanding of your ability to shape your reality. These moments are not random or insignificant. They are the building blocks of transformation. Every choice, every action, no matter how minor, contributes to the larger picture of your life. And it is within these small moments that the greatest potential resides. Chapter 5. The Symphony of Inner Strength. Your journey to meaningful progress isn't just about what you accomplish in the world. It's about aligning your internal mindset with the actions you take. Imagine an orchestra. Every instrument has a distinct role, yet true harmony only emerges when each part plays in sync with the others. Your inner resolve is that orchestra, and your actions are the music it creates. When they align, there is a powerful and unstoppable momentum that moves you forward, even when faced with obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. The strength you seek is not found in the grand gestures or the showy acts. It's discovered in the quiet moments when you choose to keep going, when the noise of doubt tries to drown out your purpose. This is where inner strength thrives, when you face uncertainty and push forward not because the path is easy, but because your resolve has been forged in the small, everyday choices that reflect your commitment to growth. It's the quiet decision to act with integrity when no one is watching, the silent promise to yourself that you'll keep learning and striving, regardless of circumstances. Consider the way your body reacts to stress and challenge. Your muscles grow stronger when they are challenged with consistent, intentional effort. The same principle applies to your willpower. With each instance of choosing to follow through, your inner strength becomes more resilient, more accustomed to the pressure. It doesn't matter if your progress is gradual. Consistency and purpose breeds a strength that becomes second nature. Over time, what once required conscious effort becomes your instinctive response. But this alignment doesn't come easily. It demands that you become aware of the inner voices that speak to you, some encouraging and others steeped in doubt. Recognizing these voices and their origins is the first step to harmonizing your inner symphony. Is your inner dialogue rooted in self-assurance or fear? Is your self-talk aligned with your values, or is it scattered by the opinions of others? To build unshakable resolve, you need to identify the sources of both your motivation and your hesitation, addressing them with intentional focus. True inner strength means acting in alignment with your values, even when it seems easier to stray. When your actions are a true reflection of your beliefs, you move through life with a quiet confidence. This doesn't mean you won't encounter setbacks or moments of doubt. It means that you will know how to bring yourself back into alignment. You'll recognize when you're off course and learn to adjust. The strength lies in your ability to stay true to your course, despite external noise and internal resistance. You find power in resilience, which comes not just from weathering the storm, but from learning to dance in the rain. Resilience isn't built in the absence of challenges. It's built through challenges. It is the voice that says, "I will learn from this and move forward," even when everything in you wants to quit. And as you grow stronger through these moments, your external actions become a natural extension of that inner resolve. They become unstoppable. Every decision to stay committed, to show up for yourself even when no applause is waiting, adds another note to your symphony. It's in this commitment that true growth lies, not in waiting for the perfect time or the right motivation, but in doing what must be done even when you don't feel like it. It's in maintaining focus on your path and not being swayed by setbacks or successes, but instead seeing them as parts of the whole composition. When you master this alignment, progress becomes inevitable. It no longer feels like a struggle. It becomes an effortless outpouring of who you are and what you stand for. Your journey is no longer something you are pushing through. It is the song you are creating. And in that song, there is an unyielding force that propels you forward, no matter the challenges that come your way. Chapter 6. Turning failures into foundations. Failure is often painted as the antagonist in the story of personal growth, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful tools for building a solid foundation. Think of it as the sculptor's chisel. It may chip away at what is unneeded, leaving behind only what is essential. When you encounter failure, instead of seeing it as an end, view it as a starting point, an opportunity to deepen your understanding and refine your approach. Every failure holds a lesson that is uniquely tailored to your journey, revealing insights that success alone cannot offer. When you stumble, it's natural for doubt to creep in, whispering that you're not enough or that you'll never make it. But instead of letting these voices dominate your thinking, ask yourself, what did this experience teach me? A setback can either be the end of your story or the pivot that redirects your path with greater clarity. Each time you learn to shift your perspective, You make a choice to strengthen your resilience and turn that failure into a source of motivation, rather than a reason to stop. Consider that failures often carry within them the seeds of innovation. When you try and fall short, the gap between where you are and where you want to be becomes a roadmap for improvement. Those moments are critical because they teach you the nuances of your endeavor, what works and, more importantly, what doesn't. It's in the struggle, the trial, and the relentless pursuit of better methods that true mastery is forged. It's in recognizing that the greatest breakthroughs have often emerged from relentless effort and the determination to overcome the lessons embedded in failure. Reframing failure as feedback shifts how you approach challenges. Instead of seeing each setback as a mark against your capabilities, use it as a chance to reevaluate and strengthen your resolve. For example, if an ambitious project you worked on didn't produce the outcome you anticipated, you can pause and analyze it without judgment. What were the specific moments where things veered off course? How did your assumptions play a role? What changes would make a difference next time? This reflective process transforms frustration into insight, laying the groundwork for future attempts that are informed and empowered. To turn failure into a building block, it's essential to separate who you are from what you do. A setback does not define you, but it can help you redefine your approach. This mindset allows you to take risks without the fear of failure paralyzing you. You understand that trying, even when it doesn't work out, is the precursor to progress. The more you engage with failure in this way, the less power it holds over you. You start to see it as a natural, inevitable part of growth, as essential to the process as the successes you celebrate. Building a foundation out of failures also requires that you learn to let go of the desire for instant results. Transformation is rarely a linear path, and the discomfort of failing teaches you the virtue of patience. It reminds you that the effort put in is valuable in its own right, even if the outcome isn't immediately visible. Success that comes too easily is often fleeting, but a success that has been earned through struggle has an unshakable quality. It has depth, a story behind it that resonates more deeply because it has been hard-won. The most significant shift comes when you stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "What can I learn from this?" The questions you ask yourself shape the response you will have. Embrace your failures as part of the journey and approach them with a willingness to learn, adapt, and grow. You'll find that with each setback, you are not only getting closer to your goals, but also becoming someone who cannot be easily deterred. Adversity is not the enemy. It is the architect of your resilience. Each failure is a chapter, contributing to the story of who you are becoming. When you look back, you'll see not just the moments that shined with success, but the hard-earned lessons, the resilience you built, and the wisdom you carried forward. Failure then becomes more than just a challenge. It becomes a crucial part of the foundation that holds up everything you achieve. Chapter 7. The Compass of Clarity. In a world where distractions are as common as the air we breathe, finding clarity can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. But clarity is not just a luxury, it is the cornerstone of purposeful living. To live with intention and navigate life's complexities with ease, you must cultivate an inner compass that points unwaveringly toward your true north. This compass is the synthesis of deep self-awareness, intentional choices, and the courage to stay the course when the path becomes murky. True clarity isn't born from the noise of endless to-do lists or the ceaseless hum of external opinions. It comes from moments of quiet reflection where you reconnect with your deepest values and longings. It is in these moments that the clutter of your mind settles, and you can see what really matters. When you create the space to reflect on what drives you, whether it's your passion, your core beliefs, or your vision for the future, you begin to sharpen your focus and make choices that align with your truest self. To sharpen your compass, begin by identifying your guiding principles. These are not just ideals you say you value, but the threads that run through every decision you make. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What do I want to contribute to the world? The answers may not come immediately and might require patience and repetition. Write them down, revisit them, and let them be your benchmark for evaluating opportunities and challenges alike. Clarity is also about simplifying. The more we accumulate, whether it's tasks, relationships, or obligations, the more we muddy the waters of our purpose. To navigate life's complexities, start by examining your commitments and recognizing what serves your purpose and what doesn't. This doesn't mean abandoning responsibilities or relationships that are important, but rather prioritizing those that resonate with your core mission. When you choose to say no to what doesn't matter, you say yes to what does, giving you the energy and focus to pursue your goals with unwavering dedication. It's also essential to understand that clarity is dynamic, not static. Life isn't a neatly charted course, but an unpredictable journey that will test your adaptability. Your compass must be flexible enough to pivot when necessary, recalibrating in response to new insights or changes in your circumstances. This adaptability doesn't mean losing sight of your original path, but learning to find new routes that still lead to your ultimate destination. In those moments when you feel lost or uncertain, remember that it's okay to pause, reflect, and adjust. Clarity doesn't come from a place of rigidity. It thrives in the realm of fluidity. Another key to maintaining clarity is to engage in practices that help center your mind. These can be as simple as a morning meditation, a few minutes of deep breathing, or journaling. The goal is to quiet the constant noise, allowing you to hear your inner voice more clearly. When you make it a habit to check in with yourself regularly, you create a touch point for clarity amidst life's swirling chaos. This practice helps you to better respond to stress, avoid getting swept up in the opinions of others, and remain grounded in your purpose. Navigating life's complexities often demands a balance between planning and spontaneity. While it's beneficial to have a clear vision and set goals, you must remain open to the unexpected. Clarity doesn't mean you have every detail mapped out. It means you have a sense of direction that helps you make choices even when faced with the unknown. Trust in your ability to adapt and respond. When you know where you're heading, it becomes easier to make decisions that align with your vision, even when new opportunities or challenges arise. The power of clarity also lies in its ability to strip away the distractions that don't serve you. When your priorities are clear, it's easier to recognize the things that pull you away from your path, be it the lure of superficial success or the noise of social comparison. When you're anchored in what's meaningful to you, you no longer feel the need to keep up with others or chase goals that don't truly resonate with you. This strength allows you to walk confidently, knowing that the path you're on, though it may be winding, is yours. Embracing clarity means choosing to step out of the whirlwind of constant decision-making and finding moments of peace where you can be sure of your direction. It is the quiet confidence that arises when you know where you are going and why. As you cultivate this clarity, you will notice that life's complexities don't feel as overwhelming, but instead become a series of opportunities for growth and exploration. Your compass, fueled by purpose, will guide you through the fog, helping you make decisions that align with who you are and what you're meant to do. Chapter 8. Fueling the Fire of Ambition. There's a spark within every individual, an ember of potential that, when tended to, can ignite into a blazing fire of ambition. This fire is what pushes you forward, compels you to overcome obstacles, and drives you to reach for the extraordinary. Yet too often that flame can dwindle, buried under the weight of routine, self-doubt, or a lack of direction. Rekindling that fire isn't about forcing a flame that isn't there. It's about reconnecting with the source that once fueled your spirit and nurturing it until it blazes anew. Ambition is more than a desire for wealth or recognition. It's the drive that propels you to become the best version of yourself, to strive for growth not just in achievement, but in depth and wisdom. To fuel this ambition, you first need to reconnect with what inspires you. Remember the moments when you felt unstoppable, when your heart was full of purpose and your actions aligned with your deepest goals. These moments hold clues to the passions that light you up and the dreams that are worth pursuing. Let them serve as a reminder of your potential, sparking the drive to pursue the things that make life meaningful. One powerful way to fuel your ambition is to set goals that matter, not just goals that are easy or popular. True ambition is fed by goals that challenge you and push you beyond your current limits. These are the types of goals that make you grow in ways you never imagined possible. They draw on your strength, creativity, and resilience, making you stretch beyond your comfort zone and discover new capabilities within yourself. Don't be afraid to set goals that seem audacious at first glance. The goals that stir a sense of excitement, even fear, are the ones that tap into your true potential. While the world may try to draw your attention in many directions, staying connected to your purpose requires discipline. It's not enough to know what drives you. You must commit to showing up for it every day, even when motivation wavers. Fueling ambition requires an understanding that progress is often found in small, consistent steps. It's about dedicating moments of your time and attention to nurturing your goals, whether it's an hour spent honing a skill, an afternoon brainstorming, or a quiet evening reflecting on the lessons of the day. It's these acts of daily devotion, no matter how small, that sustain your ambition and keep the flame alive. Challenges and setbacks, though they may feel discouraging, are not the end of your journey. They're the trials that test the strength of your commitment. When things don't go as planned, ambition doesn't mean bulldozing through obstacles without pause. It means recalibrating, learning from the experience, and choosing to rise again. It's in these moments that your passion is tested and refined. Remember that setbacks are not signs of failure, but opportunities to forge a deeper, more resilient version of yourself. They are the crucible in which your fire grows stronger, illuminating the path ahead. To truly feed your ambition, surround yourself with influences that reinforce your sense of purpose. This doesn't mean only spending time with people who agree with you or echo your dreams. It means being in an environment where you're challenged to think bigger, to push harder, and to grow. Whether that's through mentors who inspire you, peers who motivate you, or stories and experiences that spark your imagination, the company you keep can either stoke or smother your ambition. Seek out those who raise the bar and encourage you to reach higher. Sustain your ambition by celebrating progress, not just the end result. Too many people get so fixated on reaching the finish line that they miss the significance of the journey. Each small milestone, every moment of growth, is a testament to your resolve. Celebrate them as if they are victories because, in many ways, they are. Recognition of progress serves as fuel that reinforces your desire to push forward, reminding you that you are on the right track and that every step counts. Rekindling and maintaining the fire of ambition isn't always easy. It takes intentionality and self-awareness. It's about crafting a life where your passion isn't just a fleeting moment of inspiration, but a constant, tangible presence that propels you forward. As you align your actions with your vision and feed that inner fire with purpose, the journey becomes more than just a pursuit. It becomes a part of who you are, an unstoppable force that continues to grow, inspire, and create meaningful progress. Chapter 9. The Network of Empowerment. True success isn't built in isolation. It thrives on the strength of connections, the network that surrounds you, and the relationships you cultivate. The people you choose to engage with, learn from, and collaborate with form an invisible thread that weaves your life into a tapestry of shared experiences, knowledge, and opportunities. It's through the network of relationships that ideas are born, opportunities arise, and support becomes a steady presence when challenges come your way. Building a network of empowerment goes beyond simply knowing people. It's about nurturing connections that uplift, challenge, and inspire you while offering the same in return. Relationships of empowerment don't happen by accident. They are nurtured and fostered through trust, genuine interest, and mutual growth. You don't build a powerful network by keeping your circle limited to those who mirror your thoughts. You expand it by engaging with individuals who offer diverse perspectives and experiences. These connections, when authentic, provide a variety of lenses through which you can view the world, enriching your understanding and helping you become more adaptable and insightful. The foundation of any empowering relationship is trust. Trust is the cornerstone that supports every meaningful connection, and transforms a simple acquaintance into a powerful ally. Trust takes time to build, but it can be broken in moments. It's cultivated by consistently showing up, being reliable, and supporting others not just when it's convenient, but when it matters. When trust is the standard, you create an environment where people feel safe to share ideas, offer constructive feedback, and collaborate without fear of judgment. But a network of empowerment doesn't stop at trust. It's also built on a shared willingness to contribute. Every person in a strong network has something valuable to bring to the table, whether it's expertise, insights, encouragement, or simply a listening ear. The true power of your network lies not just in what you receive, but in what you give. Be the person who provides support, who shares knowledge without expectation of anything in return, who celebrates others' successes as if they were your own. The energy you put into building others up is returned to you manifold. When you connect with people, be intentional about cultivating genuine conversations. Skip the surface-level exchanges and lean into discussions that dig deeper, where ideas are challenged, explored, and expanded upon. Ask questions that show your curiosity and interest, and be present enough to listen actively. People are drawn to those who value them for more than just what they can provide. They are drawn to those who engage with them meaningfully. Nurturing an empowering network means maintaining connections through regular engagement. Reach out not just when you need something, but when you simply want to check in or share something interesting. Life can get busy, and it's easy to lose touch, but it's in the small gestures, sending a quick message, sharing an article that resonates with a friend's interests, or inviting someone to a casual meeting, that relationships stay alive and grow. Remember that a network is only as strong as the effort put into keeping it active and reciprocal. Expand your network by stepping into spaces that challenge you and expose you to new environments. Attend events, participate in discussions, join groups, or seek mentors and mentees who push you to think bigger. Look for opportunities where your passions and skills intersect with others' needs and expertise. If you're aiming for growth, you should be engaging in places where ideas are being shared, opportunities are presented, and people are on the move. This can mean professional conferences, social gatherings, or even volunteering where you meet people who are driven and passionate about their own journeys. It's essential to recognize that an empowering network isn't about the sheer number of contacts you have, but the quality and depth of the connections. A handful of strong, supportive relationships can be more impactful than hundreds of superficial ones. Prioritize those who resonate with your values and support your growth while encouraging you to push beyond your comfort zone. These are the people who'll show up for you when you need them most, whether it's offering a fresh perspective on a challenge or giving you that little push when you're doubting yourself. Relationships within your network also offer a mirror to your own growth. They reveal how you are evolving and what kind of person you are becoming. When you find yourself surrounded by individuals who inspire and challenge you, you begin to reflect those qualities in your own actions. You start to push your limits, think in new ways, and achieve more than you ever imagined possible. A network of empowerment can transform your journey, shifting it from a solitary path to a dynamic, shared experience. Empowerment comes not only from what others can do for you, but from the strength and encouragement that you offer to others in return. As you build relationships that empower, remember that you are part of that power. Your actions, words, and willingness to show up can ignite a chain reaction that strengthens not just your network, but your own path forward. It's through this interconnected web of support, encouragement, and shared ambition that true progress is made, both for yourself and for those you choose to uplift along the way. Chapter 10. Legacy. The blueprint for a meaningful life. The idea of legacy is not reserved for the famous or those who've reached monumental heights. It's a reminder that every choice we make, every interaction we engage in, and every moment we decide to show up matters. A legacy is not simply a collection of achievements or accolades. It's the echo of who we are and what we stand for long after we've left a room, a community, or even the world. It's the invisible mark that lives on in others' hearts, influencing them, shaping their paths, and inspiring them to live with purpose. To build a legacy that reflects true meaning, you must first look inward and ask, what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to leave behind when the noise of daily life has faded? Defining your purpose is not a one-time revelation. It's a continuous process that unfolds through your actions and choices over time. Every decision you make can either align with the values that make up your vision or take you further away from it. This awareness transforms the mundane into the extraordinary, reminding you that even small moments can be powerful, filled with potential to reinforce the legacy you're creating. When you act from a place of purpose, you build more than just a reputation. You foster trust, cultivate deep relationships, and inspire those around you to pursue their own passions. The true power of a meaningful life is that it influences others not through grand gestures, but through consistent, authentic action. It's in the way you listen intently when someone needs to talk, the way you take responsibility even when it's difficult, and the way you extend a helping hand without expecting anything in return. It's in every interaction where you show empathy and kindness, creating ripples that travel far beyond your immediate surroundings. Legacy also means understanding the significance of resilience and growth. The path to meaningful impact is not always smooth, and it's in moments of challenge and hardship that your true character emerges. How you respond when facing adversity shapes the essence of your legacy. Do you crumble under pressure, or do you find strength in your convictions and push forward? People remember not only how you succeed, but how you handle failure, how you rise from setbacks, and how you persevere with a determination that ignites others to do the same. Choosing to live with intention means recognizing that your time, energy, and resources are limited. It's a call to be deliberate about what you devote your attention to and how you choose to spend your days. Make conscious decisions about how you contribute to your community, how you prioritize your passions, and how you uplift the people around you. Your legacy isn't just about personal success. It's about elevating those who walk with you, sharing what you've learned, and giving back in ways that resonate with your unique gifts. Every meaningful legacy is built upon a foundation of authenticity. To live in alignment with your true self means rejecting the temptation to live according to what others expect or what society dictates as success. It's about being brave enough to carve your path, even if it looks different from the conventional route. When your life reflects your true beliefs, it leaves an impact that feels genuine, one that encourages others to seek their own truth without fear. Legacy is also connected to how you manage your time and energy. If you want to create an impact, prioritize what truly matters. Invest in your growth and nurture your connections with those who inspire and challenge you. Let go of distractions and unimportant commitments that pull you away from your core purpose. Your energy should be spent on pursuits that build not just a life for you, but a better future for those around you. The mark you leave is shaped by the stories others tell about you. Do they remember you as someone who was supportive, who spoke with encouragement and offered a helping hand, who lifted others up when they needed it most? Or do they recall you as someone who only took and never gave back? Your actions speak louder than your words, and the stories shared by others are a testament to the real legacy you've left behind. Those stories ripple out into communities and across generations, inspiring people who have never met you to live a little more generously, to pursue their passions more fiercely, or to face their fears with greater courage. Ultimately, the blueprint for a meaningful life isn't found in the spotlight, but in the quiet moments that define who you are and how you live. It's in the choices that seem small but add up to something extraordinary, a lifetime of integrity, a history of dedication, and an echo that reaches far beyond the present. To create a legacy that lasts is to live every day with the intention of building something beautiful that others will carry forward. It's about choosing to be present, making an impact, and knowing that when your time is done, the world is better because you were here. Conclusion. The end of this journey is not marked by a singular moment or a grand finale, but by the culmination of 1,000 small acts that together create something bigger than any one of us. This is where the true measure of your path is revealed, not just in the peaks you've reached or the milestones you've crossed, but in the essence of what you've built along the way. What you leave behind isn't confined to accomplishments or accolades, but the ripples that extend outward, touching others, inspiring them to forge their own path, to strive, to overcome, to create. You may not see the full impact of your choices in your lifetime, but know that each step you took in the spirit of purpose and authenticity has already sown seeds that will one day blossom. In a world that often emphasizes the immediate, it's easy to forget that true legacy is sculpted with patience, persistence, and an unwavering commitment to what truly matters. It's the moments when you chose to act with integrity over convenience, to lift up rather than pull down, to listen when you could have spoken, and to continue when others would have given up. This legacy isn't left behind in monuments or written in stone. It's woven into the stories that others tell, the lives you've touched, and the change you sparked. It's alive in every mind that was inspired to take action, every heart that found the courage to push forward, and every soul that realized their potential because they witnessed yours. You are the author of this story, crafting each chapter with your values, your choices, your determination. And as the pages turn and the world shifts, your story becomes part of a larger narrative, one that transcends time, one that speaks to what it means to be human, to grow, and to leave a mark that matters. So, as you close this chapter, remember that the end is never really an end. It's a doorway to the ripples that will continue to spread long after you've walked away. It's the legacy of a life lived with purpose, of a journey taken with intention, and of a spirit that refused to be quiet. This is where your true story lies, not just in the echoes of what you've done, but in the silent power of what you've inspired others to become. Keep moving forward, knowing that every small act of courage, every thoughtful decision, and every moment of purpose is another line added to a legacy that will endure.